$3,000 yesterday, Saturday, June 18th. I don't have any more cigars. I should have one right now, but I've had so many $1,000 plus days in my journey to take an account essentially publicly from 5K to 100K that I don't have anymore. I have a couple empty packages, but it's good that I'm not smoking anyway. So I want to show you that this can be done. Yesterday, look, I was giving Discord alerts while I was out with my kids. I took them rock climbing indoors. And because I live in Indiana, it's flat. Like southern Indiana has some hills, but nothing to climb really. Anyway, out with my kids, did rock climbing, then ice cream, so they can essentially get away from mommy and she can have a damn break for the week, right? Because she's with them all week long, from morning to night, right? So I did my duties there, and then I still and in light of a $3,000 day, I think my day started about right here. See that? I started the day $900 down. Because I was going heavy, trying to go for I already talked about this in my yesterday's video. I showed you I was looking for a fake out of capitulation down to 19.2 or 19.5 or something, then for it to scream up and then capitulate later. So I started the day $1,000 down, made up for it and more, and then $900 up instantly on my next trades. And then the day was kind of slow. Then I caught the higher low on Bitcoin, and look, I gave my community the exact alert. Look how sick this was. Like yesterday was almost sharpshooting, like wizardry. And I was trading aggressively, so it's a damn good thing that my alerts were spot on. But look, I let them know 17.9 for the higher low, and specifically let them gave the alert the idea that it's going to be a horseshoe. Can you see that? A horseshoe shape fashion. Gave that yesterday at 9:25 p.m. and that's where I made my $2,000 trade, because I went to bed with my stops in profit, and I set my profit taking because one of my VIPs gave. I was gonna try to let it rip up, but I was on a VIP call, or no, it was a whole community call. I just jumped on randomly on Discord, and I walked it through because a VIP asked a question, and I was like, you know what, I should set profit taking, and I set it right at 20K. Woke up, boom, closed it out. It's a almost $1,900 trade, $2,000 trade. But look at that higher low. Look where it went. Look. So that's the alert. Look at this shit. That was, I don't know. That was a money day. So look, see how I gave that alert up here, and I said I think it's gonna make a horseshoe shape, and I said 19. Is that the right one? Yeah. I think 17.9 area, right? So that's what the thing just said, 17.9, right? Yeah, 17.9 area. And look what happened. It went down to 17.930. Oh, can't see it. That is 17.936. Money. So I was out all day yesterday and still did 3K. So even if you work, you know, obviously most of you work. I hope that's true. But this can be done. And in my community yesterday, for example, somebody came on and said, like, but I work, you know, how would I do this? And I showed them strategies where you can set essentially what I like to call a net of orders with the stop already pre-placed. And I show my Discord and VIPs how to do that, so you can trade safely without even being fully in the trade before the trade happens. And then once you're in the trade, you can set alerts or whatever. Once price gets down there, your phone beeps, and then once you're in, you can set profit taking and only look at your phone maybe 30 minutes in a day, not including the looking at a chart before you go to work. That's the important part. Like before you go to work, you got to have an idea and then set your plan and then go to work and let the stops and the limit buys or limit sells with stops do the work for you. So it can be done. So let's jump into these charts and let me give you an idea of what I think is getting ready to happen. It's going to be probably a little choppy, but I wanted to start this off saying, guys, you can do it. It's a bear market. The only way to really get your money back is not by freaking buying altcoins right now. It's by trading. Bear market is for trading, whether that's options trading, which I don't do. I don't know much about it, or I just love price action, and I like it when people give me their money. It's willingly. So that's how I do it, and I would like to be able to teach you too. So the links to the Discord community are in the description section of all my videos, and I give some bomb-ass alerts on Twitter. It's Cosasverdes with the number 2 afterward, and online communities are not your thing. I give a lot of info to my to my YouTube tiers as well. Essentially 15 to 20 Bitcoin and Ethereum and NASDAQ and S&P updates, plus recordings of the Cryptillion Discord live chats I provide to the Cryptillion tier within the YouTube tier. So with no further ado, let's jump into these charts on this Sunday. Happy Father's Day, everybody. All right, for this, we need to zoom out. And if I seemed excited, yeah, because I was. I mean, I woke up on Father's Day because I didn't know that trade was going to hit my profit target. I woke up at 8 a.m. Woke up a couple hours ago and it's like, fuck, my futures are almost 20K now. I've been stuck in my futures between essentially 14 to 17K for a while now. However, I was essentially making a higher low. If you could graph where my futures account has been, I made a strong base, higher low accumulation phase if it were price, and then I'm now making higher highs in my futures account total. But still, it was really frustrating. So I was really happy to wake up to that, and I slept with the orders. I slept with my profit in or my stop in profit. So anyway, zooming out here. So I was excited. Zooming out, this is the grand scheme, not the grand, but the mid-grand scheme of things, okay? 100-day channel. It's actually more than 3 months now, all right? I can get that. That was from my update. I have taken this off. That's not in play, and that's not in play. All right. We had been in a channel for 100 days, fell out of it, and as I said in my video yesterday, since it fell out, and hit this area, which in that video I also said between 18K and 17,550. Remember that? Go to my last video. Where did this go? I don't know. I've just been on fire recently. Now my roll will probably end, hopefully not end in misery, but the ultimate low was exactly. Remember how I showed you yesterday? Look left at structure. It has to. So it was. I made that video before it hit there. It was like way up here. Right at 18 something, I said, no, it's going to go lower. This is where it needs to go. It has to go somewhere around this blue line or down to 17,550. It actually went to 17,580. I said, because when we look the other way left in that video, you might want to check out that video, how I can make this just know that it's going to go to this area with a $400.50 range. So if I look left and I'm on go to the daily chart, this is how I did. I'll just show you the sneak peek, but you might want to watch that video. This is the price structure. That you literally just look left. It's that fucking simple. If you want to catch lows and higher lows and all that stuff, it's the structure. It's just horizontals, folks. But you got to know how to look for it. So at that time, price was up here in that video. It had looked like it bottomed, and I made the video saying, no, it's not over yet. It's not going to stop on the top of the structure because the top of the structure is too close to 20K. So in a structure where you usually find a local bottom or the ultimate bottom, this is the structure from 2020 as Bitcoin had previously run up from 10K all the way up to 19.8, pulled back twice before busting through 20K. That's exactly when it busted through 20K in late December 2020. So price is flirting specifically with this structure, and I kind of knew that since it did not bottom here at the top or there, it was down here. I said, no, way bottoms work, or local bottoms at least, is you either hit the top, the bottom, or the middle. And since it already went past that point, it's here during the call. So actually, price, see how the price line is right there? Can you see that green line right here? Can you see that? That's where price is to the right. So at the time, that line was red because the price was going down, and it was right here, right, during that video. And I said, price needs to come down to that wick or the bottom of that wick or the candle bottom. So I made the blue line there yesterday in that video, just looking left. And that's how I was able to be confident that I can feel pretty safe trying to catch that. So this is what so structure, looking left. This is the power of looking left. That gave me the confidence to even try to catch a knife. But specifically, if you rewind and pause or whatever, look at what I told or on Twitter. I posted on Twitter what I told, how I guided my community. Don't just try to start longing as it's going down. Wait for a higher high and a higher low. You have to have both and then catch the next 3-minute oscillation down after a higher high and higher low on the 3 or 5 minute chart. That's the key. You don't try to catch shit as it's still going down. You will lose your money. Even if you're confident because of this, no, you don't do that. I probably did it with a very, very small amount of money. So, for example, if I wanted to be in the trade, let's say $5,000 of capital with 5x leverage, I probably would have. So, as price was going, so this is 2020 price, but as price was coming towards this level, if I wanted to be 3K in the trade, or no, let's say 5K in the trade, I would probably do 500 to maybe a fifth, maybe $1,000, trying to aggressively catch it as it hits the target exactly, only in case it does go back up. But if it kept blowing through my target, I'm not fully in the trade, therefore I can wiggle out without taking much of a loss. Does that make sense? So you can try to catch a knife with a little bit of the money that you want in the trade, but it's better just to wait for a higher low. Trust me, look at me. Over time, it's so much better to wait. If you're confident with a specific level and price is tanking to it, it truly is. Like at least the way my brain works, it's better to wait till it hits there, and then wait to see at least 3 minute, but preferably 5 minute higher low and a higher high, and then it comes back down to make the second higher low. That's where you want to get it. That's where you want to get it. And why? Why is that? Because typically when you have a target like this, it goes below it. So if you map out and graph all the time, so you try to catch it as it's going down to that point, or all the times that you have that point and wait for a higher low, waiting for that second higher low on the 5 minute chart is going to blow it out of the water if you do it 100 times. So 50 and 50 each, okay? 50 and 50, however you do that. The 50 that you waited for the higher low will blow it out of the water in terms of performance and P&L. I promise you, it will. It will blow it out of the water. All right, so let me make myself small. So that's what we did yesterday. And in that video, like I literally said, between 18 and 17,550, and it went down to 17,850. It hit that wick. So I thought that candle body and that wick, but it hit that wick right there. That's the wick it stopped at, right there, in the middle. So you have a top, you have a structure, you have a top, a bottom, and a middle. Next thing was the middle because it already passed the top. Makes sense? It's that freaking simple. So that's why I was able to do an aggressive trade alert for my community with a certain amount of confidence. I was actually a little scared to do it because it is very risky. All right, now what is price getting ready to do here? Personally, I'm not going to try to trade right now, but you have a few things in play. You have the same damn box that I drew yesterday. This is fully in play. So we just have to understand what is in play. That is in play. And that box, again, is from the first, wick up after the move down and the local high. So you have a wick. If you really zoom in there, there's a wick right there, that wick. Here, let me zoom way. Yeah, that wick. So technically, yeah, see, it should be right there, that wick, right there. And then that local high. Or actually, this one here, that candle body. So that's why this box is here. So that's fully in play, and I made that yesterday when price was right here. I said if it stays, or it was maybe right here. All right, so you should really watch that video because I analyzed this. If you didn't watch that, I'm telling you, go back to my previous video. I tell you the anatomy of this and why I was so confident that it was going to keep going down. Yeah, I said 89.9%, right? And so it did go down to that blue line lower. All right, now. What is in play? Okay, so we have that box in play that is roughly from 19,430 to 19,580. So 30 to 80, 19,530, or no, 19,430, 19,580. Okay? That box, you have so look how this came up to the bottom of the range. I think I mentioned that yesterday. This is in play. It could scream up there if it gets above here. Actually, that's exactly what I was talking about. I said it has to get this box, and once it comes through here, even though it did bust through, it did, but higher high or low, higher low, higher low, higher high, higher high. So it technically did form 3 sets of higher highs and higher lows. It was just a little different than what I expected. It went way down, formed higher highs and higher lows. Actually, one set, 2 set, 3 set, 4 set, and then busted through. This box went to that line as I was talking about yesterday. So this is in play, and this is in play. But it's the volatility is decreasing, and I feel that the predictability of what's happening here is a little less too. I think it's just going to chop around for a while. Is essentially what I'm saying. But we can identify if something on an extreme. So here's what you should be thinking. Like how to make money from this. I wouldn't try to be in a position right now, but if I understand what's in play and then identify the extremes of what's in play. If I see price tag and extreme, then I'll try either a short or a long, depending on which extreme it is. Don't try to trade the middle too much. That's where you get stopped out and you just fucking pay the exchanges all the fees. I'm telling you. So this is the type of moment to understand that we are starting to compress in volatility a little bit. Therefore, when things are in a compression phase, so this is something I drill in my community a lot too, particularly during live calls for both Discord or both the Cryptillion and the VIP tiers. So when you have a compression phase of any type of move, so this is like a micro move or a short-term time frame move, you want to establish the outer limits and essentially only enter at the outer limits. Does that make sense? And when it's close to the middle, don't trade. Right? All right. So let me make myself small, and so that will help me make money, even though I don't know where price is getting ready to go. I think it's going to chop. Okay. So we have two of these things on the upper extremes in play, right? And then we have this wick here, that little support here, that wick here, and that wick here. I think this might be the lower extreme of what I'm looking for, which means if it's a lower extreme, if it comes down here, that's where I would try to catch a higher low. Make sense? So I'm identifying here very simply, showing you how to make money in the charts, not just from TA, because TA doesn't make you money. Really doesn't. It's very different from trading. All right, so I'm trying to identify what are my extremes, okay? Now, technically, I know that I can have outlier extremes beyond my extreme. So I have this green line as the top extreme, this green box as the bottom extreme, but I need to identify if I'm wrong about the idea that this is a compression move and it stays volatile, I need to know what the next extreme targets are on both sides so I can get stopped out and then play those. Those would actually be preferred because getting stopped out, I'd make way more. I would make my money back very fast if it went to the like extremes, right? Okay, now, so these are my extremes: green line, green box. The outlier extremes is that line, which if I zoom out, it's essentially the quarter line or whatever of my trading channel, and this is the halfway line, like half court or halfway down the soccer field. So point of control, top of the range, bottom of the range. So I would say this is the upper extreme, which all this was playing around. See that price, that stuff? Upper extreme, super low extreme, but these are my normal extremes. That line and that line are my extremes. If I get stopped out and things are more volatile, then I'll play that box and then I'll play that line. And that is, actually, I'm way zoomed out. Top extreme, bottom extreme. If I'm wrong, that's the new bottom extreme. That's the new top extreme. And so when people come on my channel, and I say this a lot, but when I say it could go up, it could go down, it could go sideways, I promise you it's still valuable information. Because that means you shouldn't be confident with what your price is right now. Money that you don't lose is money that you make. So when I say it could go up, could go down, could go sideways, that means don't fucking lose your money. You're welcome. Like, I promise you it's valuable, right? I know most of my viewers by this point know that, but all right. So I think it's just going to chop. But if I see this be touched or that be touched with my superior English skills, if that be touched and this be touched, then I be trading, right? And that's it. And then I have a contingency plan. If I'm wrong, then I'm looking for that or that. So it could go up, it could go down, it could go sideways, but the overall thing is we're going to probably compress, which is my guess. If my extremes are touched, then I'll enter a trade. That's simple. That's how I play when it could go up, it could go down, it could go sideways. Click this video here if you want to see my yesterday's video to which I was referring throughout this, and click this video right here if you want to see why trading might be a better way to get money back in a bear market as opposed to praying for alts, because Bitcoin dominance is going to make another leg up and your alts are going to get destroyed. You just got Tim Bavad worldwide. Happy Father's Day. Peace.